Hey people, word is, well, Moses was out here in the desert writing the Bible just after leaving Egypt, growing up in their Coptic schools. The word he chose for waters, the Mayim, the waters to the waters, the Mayim Lamayim, or the waters, Hamayim, was the same word for water here on the opposite side of the earth in Miami. Miami means the big water, the waterwork, Miami. They'll say this is one of only 10 words recorded from the Miami people that are now extinct. But if we want to learn the Miami language, we probably learn it by reading the Hebrew Bible. And at the same time, the Hindu god of the river, Yamuna, you could tell she's a lunar god because she rides on a turtle representing the cycles of the moon. And I don't study this a whole lot. I can just make out a couple of those letters, but I'm pretty sure it reads the same way. Anna, the mother, Anna, Mayamuna, the mother of Mayim of the waters, Una, the first mother of the waters. And she has everything to do with the river and fresh waters. And when the Hindu Jesus was born, that's all she wanted to do while he was crossing the river. She wanted to reach up and touch him. So if you got something from Yami, which is her first name, it would be Mayami, from Yami, Miami. And it's actually the fresh waters. Miami's named for the big lake in the center. The Okeechobee Swamp used to be the Miami, and it was from Yami. It's from Yami, the waters. It was one worldwide language. So this word, the Mayim, Lamayim, it doesn't necessarily mean waters. It means that it is from, Yama. And it means, it's controlled by Lord Yama, the Lord of the moon. And so it doesn't necessarily mean waters the way we see waters, but it means whatever they're talking about, it moves with the moon cycles, Yama. And so, first, the power connected first was the Or. And so the Or is how the sun goes around, and then the second was Yama, the moon. Thus the first day, Sunday, the next day was Monday, and the seventh day is the Sabbath, the Saturday is bath day for your weekly bath. So Sully Mully, I have no idea how to pronounce that, asks, why my comments are not saved. And they damn sure erase his comment. And on this last movie, it shows me I've got 7 comments up there, and it won't even show me none of them. And it's an excellent movie. Oh, got 9 likes now. And it says I got 6 comments here. And if I hit newest, it'll show some of them. But they damn sure fucking with my comments. And especially on this movie here. I want everybody to go back to this movie and hit that share button, because it seems like they're hating the shit out of it. It's an excellent movie. Everybody gonna love it. And I read this line 4 about the Nephilim and got that straightened out. But I said at the beginning, I'm going to put it back in context. I'm going to go back and read it from 1 here to put this all in context. So that's what I'm fixing to do in this movie right here. And this is just a little bit difficult to read at the beginning here. Then it gets real easy down through here. But this first word, the wickedness of man, this is and yea. You don't pronounce this way high. You pronounce this, the vav is just the and yea. And it's the same word in the beginning of the Bible when God said, let there be. It's yea. And that means, that the Senate's voting on it. And if the yeas have it, then there shall be. Yea. And yea, it will be. And yea. And let it be. Yea, let there be light. And yea, or. Let there be, or. And yea. And so it was, and there was, and yea. And so, the best way to fit this, is just say, and yea. Think of yea as yes, and yes. Yes, it is true, and yea, although, it is true, and yea. And so this I've been pronounced as key, and I believe it pronounced more as C, and see to this gets done, and C is to give the works, and C and yea, C the each lead from, and yea, see each lead from the lore in all pinatum, all pinatum. All pan is not the face, it's all around the pan, all. In the Greek they say it's all, and it means more as to pan, panavision, all around. And all panatum. And this atom of the earth, they'll switch this up, anything close to this, and this other word, the bears, they'll give it the earth too. In the earth, the bears. And so I believe this is reading all pinod me. And, that's coming from the word, a promenade, they'll say, is a walk in public, but it's actually for a purpose, for the purpose of menad. And menad is like coming from menage a trois, the household is what they'll say menad means in there, but it means, to take them to the house, from in had. You're going for a walk looking for a woman that you can in have. To escort someone about a place, especially so to be seen by others. A leisurely walk, You're walking around checking out the sights. The same is to serenade, Sarah will be in had. Serenade will be in, that's why you serenade him, because you're trying to get in her pants. Sarah will be in had. So all pinod me, all around and had me. The daughters were born to them, of new tilled, T-I-L-D, tilled, of new tilled, to till the soil, of new tilled willum, and of the nut yield willum. And yea, see each letum lurin, all panodum me, of new tilled willum, whereof Bengali mat, a laundromat, the place you go to your laundry. Well, whereof the Bengali mat is where you go find a Bengali girl. There's a bunch of them. Whereof Bengali mat, whereof the Benalis from at is what that mat means. And laundromat, from at, where you do your laundry, from at, laundromat. And the Bengali mat, where the Benali from at, and Benali is, the Ben Halem, hail is where you come from, where you hail from. You hail 'em, where you come from. And whereof Benali mat, Ben what had 'em, the sight, C-I-T-E, the sight in teen, that they were beautiful, Well, they're still just little kids. The sight and teen wife. And then that final W reading over here, Willem. But this is a poet. He's not going to repeat himself. And this is Will Immense. E-M-N-S-I-M. Will Immansum. Will Immansum. Take for themselves wives. And the wife will Immansum. When you've been emancipated, like sometimes a judge will emancipate an underage girl to work at a bar, or just to be legally free from her parents. If she got really awful parents, a judge will emancipate her. And that's what that means, to take for themselves wives. Whereof Benali mat, Ben what had 'em sight in teen. The wife will emansum from class, and rub, RB, is the first in, from the class of rub, chore too. The CHR is your chore. and so he's picking them from the class of the first in chore too. And so these are poor girls in the lower class that he's going to pick up at the Bengali mat, and it's easy, you can buy these children cheap from their father. They're just a burden to the father. And whereof Bengali mat, ben what had 'em sight in teen, the wife will emance 'em from class, emance 'em from the lower class therein. Wife will emance 'em from class of rub chorin, the chore to, the first in chore to. I showed in that last movie that the Bengalis comes from the name of the grandson of Noah, Ben, and then the Hollies, where they hail from. They hail from the grandson of Noah, Ben. Abrahamic genealogy suggested that this man was Bang, a son of Hindu, who was the son of Ham, son of Noah, so the great grandson of Noah. And so they would be darker skinned, son of Ham. Via Maria, who laden rue evadum of allum vestigum, vestige me waves. The way of the ocean, Maria, via Maria, the way of the ocean. And the dot says move that E over HU, who. And either way, we or who. And who laden, who was loaded. The way of Maria. Maria is also, being born. The water god, the Maria, the god of birth. You got Karma Miranda when you die, and you got Karma Maria when you're born. And Karma Maria is the one who laden you with a spirit. And so the way of Maria, via Maria, who laden Rui evadum, and didn't get a spirit, of all from the lolum, of all from vestigum, vestige me waveser. And so from the vestige, from, what you see face value, what you see on their face. The vestige when you're playing poker is what you're trying to read off the face, what you're seeing. All from vestigum, vestige me, and waves. The waves are, Maria didn't give him a spirit, and you don't see the tell on his face. Even though it might bother him, he's not going to let it show on his face. Vay Miami's, the AE becomes the ES. The Vay Miami's was remission. And the way who the waters was remission, and the tide was going out. He's past his prime, and yet shall be his days. The vey is to see who the Miami's, the waters was remission. So I read over this slowly and explained all this in that last movie. And so let me just go over all four of these lines one more time. And yea, see each ledum lurin, all penod me of new tilled Willem, whereof Ben Ali mat, Ben what hadum, sight in teen wife, Willem Mansum, from classer in chore to, via Maria, who laden rue, evadum of all from vestige me, waves are vay, the sea who, Miami's was remission, and fly me juvers, by mime imagem, a hurricane as rive of Ben Ali's, all Ben what hadum, willed Willem hemage in remeasure from old man sees 'em. And so Weston, a first time commenter, I believe, first time I seen, he said something here, of some other places he was reading where Noah was not a hero but rather a mass murderer. And the first time I read over this months back, I've learned a lot more about the language sense. But yeah, that's what it was pointing to, and that's what this is saying right here. Had Mu yield Willem, had the blood of Mu in them, and the yield, the children in them, Willem, the hemage, the blood in remeasure. And it was trying to change the blood. They was trying to breed it out of the old Mu, from the old Manceism, the old old Mancy, a romance with an older man, an old Manceism. And so this reads several times just like this, and it reads several other ways with all the markings up and down, and tells a lot more. But just reading the face value of this, if you had nothing but this old Torah, you can read everything that I just read right out of the face value of this. You don't need any. I wasn't reading any of the markings, any of the directional lines. I was just reading the letters. This is a story that everybody was getting, that nobody seems to get anymore. So I think I'm going to read on down this some more, ignoring all the markings, just the letters. Well, I still got this story fresh in my head before I go back and start reading directional markings. But you see, it's pretty easy. This wickedness is just rot, R-O-T, in the rib. Where you hear the rib rot, Haddam bears, and Klitzer muches but love to. Muches but love. Where frock layum. The frock, the woman's or girl's dress. And where the frock layum. Altogether evil all the time. Alright, I'm going to cut this off here. Give me a hell yeah if you want to hear some more about this. Good day.